All right, this is the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs, the Suburban Times 20-year reunion. Now, we were just talking, and it's technically probably 19 years, right, Joe?
Yeah, 2002.
So we have Joe Hammerstone here, my cousin Johnny Long, and Shemaine Barbati's here as well.
In.
How's it going?
I'm later on.
So somebody's audio's playing off there.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, it was technically 19 years, I think, because it was 2002, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So
yeah, I think we started talking about it all in 2000. So
well, in 2001, I came back from school. I went to Columbia College in Chicago, and I think I did a music video for a class for the community college. And your dad helped me, and he built my computer and got me started.
Yeah, and that was in the spring.
And that was in the spring of 2001. So what happened was I actually went up to the public access channel, and I was trying to get that music video played, which was Moby Porcelain.
Yeah, I remember.
That we made.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, you should make a show. We have people that come in and do shows. I was like, oh, can I bring in a tape? And they're like, oh, yeah, you can make your own show and bring in a tape and play on the public access. And so then I guess I got with Tyler, and then I was talking to you about it, and then we came up with the Suburban Times. I don't know how the name came about. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't really remember that part of the inception. I just remember the character development and how people were just kind of loosely based off of people in our past. And
right. What your character is Trent,
and I
guess
he was kind of like a Stifler meets someone else, I guess. But you basically my drive that you told me that you directed me to was just be drunk John. And I was like, okay.
Well,
at this time John. I was like maybe drunk twice in my life or whatever, but it just resonated with you and you remembered it. And
I think as we were going, you were at what school were you going to? UMSL then?
Yes,
it was
UMSL.
UMSL.
A couple parties when you came back,
and I think that was it. You were just outgoing, John, because you were kind of bigger set guy.
Yeah, I was.
Tell your backstory.
I was real fat in high school. So spring of 2001, I was like 280 pounds, and then fall of 01, I went to college at 170 pounds. So I lost, 110 pounds in
right, and then
less than a year, and I was just like,
you're just all energized and outgoing.
Yeah, it just had all this
energy,
great energy, and
I think that's I can remember filming the first scene. We'll hit play here that way the audience can see in the background here, but we were doing coming back from Hanley Station. Brian Thiel and Tyler's kind of playing my character coming back from college, and I remember I was like, this is kind of cheesy, lame. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be dumb. And then also we filmed the bowling alley scene, and I can remember when like my whole thought of the show changed as a kid was when, what's up, y'all? You come in at the bowling alley, Monica was there, and everybody was just laughing.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, it's finally going to be funny. These characters are good.
Yeah, and it was fun cracking out of our shells and just doing something fun on the weekends and when we could fit it in.
Yeah,
and now we got something to kind of look back and kind of laugh at and
it was so bad.
And reminisce on it.
Yeah, and speaking of characters, they're real characters. They're like people have been like that.
Yeah, I don't think we made it too character like comic characters. Like we ended up taking it there at one point. We'll get to that part in the show, but you're right. It all had kind of a realism to it, and I just remember the first episode. And what's so neat about it is people don't realize 2002. There's no YouTube. There's no social media.
Right.
So when this thing, I remember when we aired it on the public access channel. You were going to school, right? And then Tyler was working up at Denny's. And people were coming in there recognizing them like the first weekend it aired on public access.
Yeah, and I was working at the mall, and so
yes, you were working at the jewelry.
So all these kids and girls would be coming up to me like, "Hey, you're on Suburban Times." Like, yeah, it's awesome. All these kids. There's nothing else to do, so they're sitting at home watching, public access. And
celebrity.
Well, it really was because it was on the cable channel. It was channel 47, and back then channel 47 was between VH1 and MTV. It was like in a primo spot, and there's nothing else on this public access station other than like church programs, right?
Yeah,
on Sundays
and music,
and they would air us like 3 or 4 times a day. So it'd air like all the time throughout the day, 3 to 4 times a day on this channel every day.
Yeah. It was like 24 hours a day.
It was because they had nothing else on it, and then all these kids, they would just go between VH1 and MTV on the cable channel, and they would kind of come across it. And then the one thing we tried to do, I think in the first episode, or I think maybe in the second episode, we started trying to go out in St. Charles and film like different types of locations where people could recognize right when they'd seen it that, oh, this is local. Not that they can't tell it's local by the quality, but you know.
Right, but like street names and like Jungerman Square was mentioned in there, and then he's like, oh, Main Street. Everybody's got a Main Street, but then we end up on Main
St.
Street
Charles.
in front of I think it was like kind of in front of Q.
Oh yeah,
scenes and
and some of the scenes. It's fun to watch this because you're looking at these old cars and the water tower, but you see like 2002. It's just a lot different, like St. Charles is some of these roads
now,
that we're on.
The celebrity is kind of a celebrity on its own. Anyways, the car driving in
that thing.
most every scene. It's
the two-tone celebrity.
Yeah. It was. There's been a lot of stories for that vehicle all by itself. And it's funny when people see it, they're like, "Oh my God, is that a celebrity?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was old, but thinking back, it wasn't that old.
No, it was 89. That's probably the newest
yeah.
car I've ever had in my life because now I have like a 2000 Ford, which is like 21 years old.
Yeah, it was only like 10 years old. It's like,
yeah, it was a good time. And then here's when he's pulling up to the house and look at those. I had both of those cars when I was a kid. That's my old house.
No.
That was a Hawkeye.
Sable.
The Sable, yeah.
Hawkeye,
That was the next car. So my mom was driving that one, and I got that next.
Mercury.
But I remember, Brian Thiel and he was playing the character, and then Tyler. But I just remember this. I don't know. I think we shot this in like 3 days. We shot this over a weekend at Joel and Monica's house. So Tyler was dating Monica at the time.
Yeah.
And so we used her house as the other house and then my house a lot.
And she was my counterpoint on the music video. So
so you knew her already.
Yeah.
And I think once we'll get Joe, how he got introduced, but Joe I went to high school with, and we didn't really talk much in high school, but I knew that you were into movies because I remember one time, I don't know where we were, but it was at school, and I was talking about going to film school, and you were talking about film school too, and film, and I knew that you were into film a lot, and I would always go up to the movie theaters. One of the things we used to always go up to the movie theaters and see a movie like on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and I'd always see you, and so I remember, I think, how did I come about it? I walked up to you.
Yeah, I was one of the managers, and knew each other from school. But I'm trying to remember, like, if you were telling me, because you definitely were telling me that you had a TV show that you were doing, and I think by that point the first 2 episodes had aired, and so I think you said just watch, take a look at it. It's on public access.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you said you were looking for people or if I saw it and reached out to you and be like, hey,
no,
this is good. Are you looking for people?
We were looking for somebody because I guess we'll talk about something. Brian was Brian.
I knew him from elementary school.
Yeah, he's a good friend. Still good friend today. He's in Kansas City. Has his own amazing business. But
cool.
He something happened with. I think he threw jars of jelly out on on the street of Manchester from Tyler's apartment, and he got in trouble. So he was kind of like taking a little backseat. I think. I think that's the backstory. But you did act in a scene with him, so there was almost like the passing of the torch in your first scene, which comes up in episode 3.
Yeah.
But we just need more people. I think we're just trying to get more people. I think we'd go up to Denny's and we saw Pete sitting there by himself eating a country fried steak, and he would be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" Because he would just, I don't know.
He kind of followed it for a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
And then he started. He was like the first one that had a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, I remember he bought the first production van or went in on the first production van.
Yeah, he did.
And,
he did
for Llama Vision.
Llama Vision. But yeah, he was always sitting up at Denny's and he'd always come and talk to us. And then I said, we're doing this driving scene or we're doing some kind of race scene. Remember we did the race scene in episode 2 where AJ loses his laptop,
right? Yep.
Which we filmed on Main Street, and I don't know how we didn't get the cops called on us, but
totally guerrilla.
But
right.
Is that when you're
that was his
jumping
first
from
scene.
Car
Yeah.
to car.
No, that's the rise of Jake Thomas. And
Oh.
Yeah,
but
this was before we got stunt doubles.
yeah. Well, we had a good time. So I can remember we can go. This is the bowling scene I was talking about.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
when this is where I'm like, oh man, this is getting cheesy. I was like, this is I don't know where this is going. And then also this is where Johnny comes in and then saves the day, in my opinion. But
I think I already came in. Maybe.
Tyler would probably critique his acting here. But
Yeah, I remember I never did any acting or anything at school
Yeah,
or anything before, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do. And he's like, well, here, hold the soda, just drink the soda when you don't know what to say. So then I always had a soda in my hand for a bunch of this shit.
yeah, even when you did the karaoke classic,
Right,
he
even the
kept
karaoke
he kept the
classic.
soda. Yeah, he kept.
Yeah. And then it turned into the, what you call it, plastic. You know, the plastic cups.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Did-
You always had a plastic cup.
And then the damn what's the Trailer Park Boys guy stole it from you. He did the rum and coke all the
Right.
time. He totally stole it from you.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, how was what did you do prior to Suburban Times? You had a little experience, right?
Mostly just film school stuff. Because I worked on a couple of student pictures. Nothing really extenuous, not like this. And so, but I've always had a passion for films and acting. It's, you know, when they say, when I was knee high to a grasshopper, I always wanted to be an actor. But I don't know about the knee high bit. But I've always wanted to act.
Right, and you're a big movie fan. If we ever do movie trivia, like I'd never want to go up against this guy right here.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Or
I remember
music.
I always knew
Or
that.
music.
It's only dates.
This guy's like an encyclopedia when it comes to all stuff. And then I remember the first time we went to your house, you were living with those guys in the basement, and his DVD collection was fucking huge. Like you had everything, and he has it all like in alphabetical order and everything. And so I was like, oh, this is how he knows everything. This was a fun scene with the party scene.
Hey yo,
Yeah, this was.
what's up?
You got a lot
Good
of
party
cameos.
scene.
There's Johnny's sister Lisa Long was in there, and then
And your brother in this scene?
there's
Yeah, there's Mike right there.
Mike and Megan, and then I forgot her name. She was
Oh,
just
I'm friends with her FB.
I can't remember.
Chrissy, maybe?
Chrissy was
something?
her name. Yes,
Because I'm still friends.
yeah, and she was like the only one that had acting experience, like a lot of it, like because she was acting I remember her acting at the community college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I felt kind of dumb when like, because I didn't have any experience. I didn't know it, but
The only experience we had was just watching movies and.
yeah, there's
That's it.
Picking
Like-
stuff up.
Yeah.
yeah, I can see
that's
they're
really
breaking
it.
the 180, and I didn't know what I was doing with the camera shots, but it's okay. We shot this on an XL1 too.
XL1.
Yeah, that was the
That's
big.
a
That was the
big
big.
deal.
That was the big camera
It's a
back
Sony,
then.
right?
It was a Canon.
Canon.
and it was
Just kidding.
It was $4,000, and it was all my money. I spent it all for this camera, but it had a nice lens.
No, it looked
Oh
good.
my God,
There's
Jeff.
Jeff Palmer. Yeah,
It looked
So-
good for O2. I mean, it totally.
I
it
didn't
looks
realize he was in it.
looks better here. And then Joel, Monica's brother. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
He wouldn't mind playing the nerdy part, like the funniest episodes was, I think one of the best edited episodes I probably did was that second episode with you're on the internet, you're in the chat room.
Yeah, I think so. The instant messaging deal.
Yeah, it was you and Brian and on instant messaging, and you were talking back and forth to Joel. And I think that's when I really learned about like pacing and story, like because we had so many different shots of like you had to go from the computer screen to the faces and get the reactions, and that's probably one of the best edited scenes I think. I
Yeah,
would say
I
the
think it's
second
probably pretty
episode
good.
was pretty good edited. Yeah.
And I think that's probably when we started working more with the audio too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back here, we just had the mic on the
Camera.
Oh,
and
so
then-
no boom or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. I don't think he had any extra
I
lighting
don't
either.
think we did lighting back then. I
Yeah.
think we might have had one light or something. We'd bounce it like outside. We'd have to light a big halogen 500-watt light or something. But I love this part right here with Johnny. You can see it better. Just the tones are
Oh,
turned
yeah.
down because of the exposure, but you can see it here. But you playing with the candlestick back there. This took like 3 or 4 takes. I remember how many takes this took because Tyler was like, "Nope, we got to get it right."
Yeah, and I think
And then you're
my ADD just like,
and also like,
here,
"Ooh, what's
well,
this candlestick right here? What's this? Oh, hey, look at this candle right here. Look at this candle." And she's like, "Oh, that's a nice
Oh, yeah.
candle."
I remember.
Yeah, I think
like,
I
we
tried
just
to
kept
cut
saying
away real quick because we don't
peas
like
and carrots or whatever they told
Yeah.
everybody to just say peas and carrots just over and over to
Just fill in the background.
Yeah, just make it seem like you're talking.
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever,
tough.
and-
I've only done
carrots.
done like an
Peas and
extra
carrots
roll a
and-
couple times that I'm like in the background, and what you feel so weird just mouthing something to somebody. I feel so just weird about it. Like you're like,
I always actually
Yeah.
talk, but
I'm
like
just really
soft.
low when I've
Yeah.
done, yeah.
oh, you do
I
it?
know.
Okay, yeah.
Well, because we're not close to.
The-
Because any extra gigs I would have done, usually it's kind of not near the camera, so you're not going to be
Right.
near any mics or wherever they would have booms.
I was an extra in that movie. I don't know what it was called, but the guy Aaron Paul was in it, and it was downtown. Shemaine actually had a line in it. It's they changed the movie title to me so many times. But I played a bartender, and I had to like serve drinks and talk to people. And Aaron Paul and some other kid was like in the foreground, and I was like, but I didn't know. I felt so weird, just kind of like.
I forget what
Yeah.
his name. It was Canterbury Tales,
And then it
they
was-
changed it.
Yeah, say
change-
goodnight.
Say goodnight.
Yeah,
Say goodnight.
say goodnight.
So
that was
that's
it. Say yeah,
yeah, Joe knew.
2008. No.
Joe knows. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just did a different. Actually, I did stuff that was cut because they changed the storyline.
But you're
'cause it
still in the
was
credits, so-
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
IMDb
had
for
the
it, right?
director was cool. He got me the edited of the
Oh, but the scene you were
Oh,
in.
okay.
scenes. Yeah, because there was a few of us. We were playing because part of the Canterbury Tales. We were playing, student actors. It was gonna cut between the bar scenes and stuff.
Yeah, weren't you?
Oh, like-
wasn't your scene in a movie theater or something?
No, it was on a stage. Like we were
Oh, okay.
actors, like
Oh,
theater
gotcha,
actors,
okay.
and we were just acting out.
Is this when I'm?
This is where Brian he had 8 peanuts in the scene, and everybody was like, "What the hell's on the table? A pile of shit." They thought it was like a pile of like fucking rabbit shit on the table here, and it was his peanuts, and he had like nobody knew what that was when they watched it. Like my parents were like, What's on the table there?"
He's eating poop.
Is
Yeah.
this when I'm running around in my boxers?
No,
scene
that's
where
No,
that's-
that's three.
that's
Is it?
three
Okay.
when you steal the laptop.
You're
Yeah.
trying to distract
Okay, yeah.
the distraction, as they call
Yeah,
it.
that's right. That was that was our big caper. I think you helped out with that a lot. Too.
That's because I was there. Well, in that scene, you'll see I'm just trying to pick
We-
up chicks.
yeah.
I'm the nerd number 2, and it's working.
Here, this is the funny part here is when the little if we get a little audio
A
here.
little confrontation.
And that's your
And
brother.
Mike. He did like 30 push-ups right before the scene.
Yeah.
an accident.
Oh shit. Sorry guys.
That's Mike, right?
Yeah. Oh. It looked like he did hit him though.
Yeah.
What are you doing? He was my problem. What's your problem? He was my problem. Nah, I'm your problem. Let's go.
Problems.
So it's like you're gonna laugh right there.
Oh yeah, we were all laughing.
World of hurt.
And then it started raining, and then we had to go outside.
Hey, your brother's got hair.
My brother used to love that army shirt. He would wear it
Yeah.
all the time. And then they just go out and fight in darkness. And the thing with the public access, remember, it always showed darker than what it was.
Yeah.
So like some people can't even see this scene, which you can't really see it now. But
I remember the celebrity was wrecked and the headlight was hanging out, and Brian Thiel went over and asked with the headlight to try to shine it on there.
right.
Please? Come on. It'll make the swelling go down. Come on.
All right.
Yeah, because I guess
All
was
right.
it public access or maybe when we had episodes air on Channel 11 for a little bit.
Yeah.
But like they were pretty anal. Like you couldn't run a stop sign, and so you had to like
Oh
cut
yeah.
things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's a big kissing scene here, folks. Hey, at least I did the close-ups. I was like, oh, we got to get into the. I had my kind of pacing down with the shots on this one. I probably should have let the cut longer there, but that's good. We had no ending to the fight scene. I just added of Jeff saying yes.
I gotta get AJ.
So we did do it for the first episode. We did have a pretty cool cliffhanger here.
We gotta go.
Oh, did he like her or something?
Yeah. Oh man!
Oh, no.
Did we not set that up good for the next episode, folks?
That was a pretty
We're-
good segue.
To be
Yeah,
continued.
to be continued. So, it was a fun time.
Stealing her girl.
What was some of your favorite scenes? You were talking about the laptop scene. I think that was a big hit with a lot of the. I remember when we did the laptop one, that's the third one you're talking about, and then we did that. We went to the fair, and we have that promo video of the fair, and all the people were like, "You stole Joey Mort's laptop." Yeah, but I think a lot of people like that episode, and which rolled into episode 4, which was when you was based off a true story. I think when we were kids, there was a group called the Mob Crew. And
That's the true name.
Okay.
that was a true name.
It's a real name?
I've heard of Mob Crew.
Yeah, and then
What the heck is that? I thought it was made up.
Johnny got beat up in the opening credits.
He gets
and then,
jumped.
and then we tried to find out who did it or whatever. It's more kind of like a crime kind of episode, and but that was one of our
Trent's hurt.
Yeah, Trent's
who's
hurt.
the Mob
Crew? The Mob Crew is
I
a
thought
bunch
that was
of
made up.
No, it was a
No, I remember it was like a St. Charles. I don't know about
It was a bunch
urban
of
legend,
football.
but thing.
It was a bunch of football players that went to Francis L. North. They'd go to parties. They'd get rowdy, and then they'd fuck up the people's. I should say the F word. I'm trying to keep it. They messed up the people's houses when they would get drunk
See, I
and
thought
stuff.
that was
Yeah.
a fake.
So you wouldn't want the
No,
Mob Crew to
no.
get invited.
Yeah.
So, but
No, Mob Crew was the thing.
Huh.
but
Not that we knew anybody.
yeah. But yeah, it was one of my favorite episodes. Was I think the laptop, and then that episode 4 was a good one, and I think then we did an episode. If you remember this, I don't have this on here, which I took off, but we tried to have other people write it, and then there's an episode where we're playing. Remember the poker scene?
Episode 5.
It was like we call it the lost episode now because
Yeah.
it didn't really go with the storyline at all.
Isn't that where James and JW or make a bet if they can pick up Jessica's character?
Pick up Jessica's character, yeah,
They bet who can do it.
and
It's a goofy, fun episode.
yeah, and
I
then
can't remember it.
but we did the poker scene. Yeah, I can remember that some kind of poker game.
No, I think
Right,
it was
I can't
just
find it.
Joe and Tyler, the other two. 4 of us are playing
Okay.
poker.
And then your dad worked at Fox 2, or it was Channel 11 or something
yeah,
back then.
WB,
And
whatever
then
it was.
we were able to find that you could actually pay money and you could actually air it late night on Channel 11, like on Friday night or Saturday night. And I remember
Like 2 in the morning or something.
Tyler getting the money together, and then we're going to do 3 episodes. And then I remember like the stress because we're like, oh, this is it. This is the big time now because we're taking it from the public access and we're going on, late night TV on Channel 11. And I just remember all that hype and build up. And then you sat in, and we kind of came up with the episode 6, which was the first episode to air on Channel 11. And do you remember that we initially had them playing a basketball game at that? We had the idea for like a shootout
No.
at the party. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, but yeah, you helped write with that, and you came up with a lot of good ideas. Talk about that episode, the first episode that we got on Channel 11.
Yeah, that's the one where I guess
Oh, it's got to see Johnny and his.
Yeah.
This is
Chosen, are you watching?
yeah. Really.
All right, then we're gonna play a little audio.
Man, better be careful though. We don't know who that guy knows, so don't worry about it, dude. No sweat. I got some guns.
Look at those prom
I'm just
pictures.
saying, you better be careful. I mean, you don't want anything to happen. It ain't no thing. I ain't worried about that guy.
It's Hot Pocket.
He's not gonna do nothing.
Oh,
You
that's
hear
still
who
like my brother.
Jesse got hooked back up with? AJ. Yeah, that's what I heard. Weren't you trying to work on her? What's up with that? Hey, I wasn't trying to work on anything.
up there self-promotion.
Yeah, you did a good job back then because
Yeah, you were. You were
don't-
working on her. But now we're gonna get some more honeys for you to work on with me. So what are you doing tonight? I don't know, man. I have to study for a test yet tomorrow. No, you're not. You're not studying for no test. You're coming out with me. We're going out. We're gonna get some girls.
so.
Oh,
The funniest
You
thing
were
is
in-
Johnny doesn't talk like that, and so when he would get in that
Right.
character, he talked totally different.
but you were in episode 5. I remember because you're just sitting with Tyler. He comes to visit you after you're trying to
Okay.
heal from and you're sitting next to him on the floor, and you're leaning on.
Yeah,
a
we
bed.
did that.
So that's
'cause
your
Oh,
scene
yeah.
in
I
episode
think
5.
what was happening, you were at school and you were doing finals or something, and you were really, really busy, so we were able to
Yeah.
get you in one scene just to get an episode out.
Just to keep in there. Yeah, I remember I was doing so much. I was working 40
And
plus hours a week.
When we got the Channel 11 thing set up, I think we were filming that in August, and it was right before school start. August and September
because
was
it aired in October.
October 4th
Yeah.
was the first. Yeah, it aired October 4th. I remember that because I remember just making posters, and we those promotions we did. We do the photo shoots under the
bridge.
Under the
Yeah.
bridge. Some of the greatest photos ever. Yeah. And then we would just go up to Kinko's and we would just get piles and piles of flyers, and we would like just go to like
plaster them everywhere.
Everywhere. We would put them on people's cars at Walmart. We would just like throw them in carts and stuff, and then
Yeah, I was working at one of the theaters, and you'd come in, Joe, could we just leave these pages here? You know.
Yeah, we would leave them at the
advertise
theater right by the ticket booth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it made sense too. A show, a theater.
Right.
Yeah.
So it
Hey,
was
is
a
that
good-
you got mail right there?
That is some Yahoo Instant
Some
Messenger.
Yahoo.
Or
AOL.
AOL Instant
AOL.
Messenger. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
That's
a pretty
some
good scene here.
56K.
Yeah, this is.
Look
a
at that
funny,
CRT computer screen.
Yeah.
there. That's Johnny's old room right there.
Remember they would do the lines
Yep.
like it's doing right now?
Yeah, because we were shooting at different. The
yeah.
frame rate was. But did we script? We had to script it, right?
Yeah,
This
it was scripted. It was
it
fun
was-
because the script was right by the keyboard, so I didn't have to memorize anything. I was just typing my part,
I think.
on the instant messenger.
Yeah, I think we
You cheater.
we did actually have it. We did write it out. That it wasn't improv at all. Like I think some lines were improv a little bit, but I think we did have some type.
Yeah,
of
there was
structure.
a structure to it with, we did have lines to try to learn and everything.
And I think Joel actually wrote this scene.
the scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, that does sound right.
yeah. Which was a good scene. Oh, his mom wasn't. Just here.
A few minutes, might want to see if any of my friends are online, okay?
Okay.
I owe a
you
chat
know
room.
that.
All right.
He's living with his mom. He looks like he's 30, folks.
I wonder what this gal's up to.
I wonder what this
Cheerleader. What?
Cheerleader chick.
I just remember this was like we had to go each. It just took a while to film because we had to do all these different takes or these different cuts. Too.
Yeah.
I'm so dizzy. Hot bikini.
Hey, how's it?
Hot bikini baby.
Pretty good. How about yourself? What do you do for fun? Play computer games and party.
Wow, a homely chick.
Dude, Trent, let's get off here, man. This is
Gee.
getting stupid.
No, this is when it gets good, dude.
Some of the stuff we might have said back in the day, folks, might not be PC today. It's we're it's a different time back then. 20 years ago, I think we were pretty. I think we're in the clear though with this show.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think we're gonna get canceled, but yeah, that was a funny scene. And Joel would always be, play the butt end of the
Wait,
joke or whatever.
So are you two talking to each other?
Yeah, but they think they're both.
Yeah.
You think they're each other are
He
girls?
thinks he's picking up a chick, and I think I'm picking up chicks.
Yeah.
And anyways,
Yeah.
the scene goes, and
Because there's no FaceTime.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
it's a blonde hair, blue eyes. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, anyways, we plan to meet up later,
Oh my god.
So
and this scene's kind of funny. When we do meet up,
you guys, we meet up in the parking lot. We always film at the parking lot by the Little Caesars and not Little Caesars, Cecil Whitaker's in St. Peter's because the parking lot had really good lighting.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which is that?
Yeah.
and nobody would
Well, and then we
bother.
could go
It's just
get
a
our-
Walmart now. Yeah,
and get our half price appetizers beforehand.
yeah, and but yeah, this was a good scene. It was a good scene. But going back to like when we were gearing up for Channel 11, we did all those posters, promotions, and then I remember the night that we were filming at Megan's house, her mom and dad's house. We had all those people, and it was like all this like stress, man.
Yeah.
Remember all that stress filming that first night where we were trying to get everything. We were trying to film the whole episode in one night, and it just kind of like we had like almost like a breakdown. We had to like calm everybody down. That we just got a couple of the scenes out of the way, the main scenes.
Yeah,
and
I
then-
remember. And then Tyler got hit by a mosquito, and he started freaking out like over the top because that's when the West Nile stuff. Everybody's talking about West Nile, and he was freaking out that he was gonna get West Nile from shooting that night. And I just remember him just being over the top on so many different things. We're like, let's just get this done. Like they're letting us use the house. Let's get this done. Know your lines. Let's go.
We did. We got through it though because we ended up getting all the party scenes out of the way, all the big parts with all the people, and then I think we went back another night, and then got some of the like
Got that last little bit.
me and Jessica's scene out on the swing set,
Yeah.
which was it was August. I guess we were filming that, and it was horrible with the locusts. Remember that?
Yeah.
And the audio was, oh my god, it was atrocious with the audio and that. But yeah, I remember that, and then that was a good episode because then it was almost like a love thing. Because my favorite thing with that was in episode 6. I'll scan to it, but you and Megan's scene where you're like, hey, I want your number, and you're like, you got 10 seconds. So if we can pull that one up. And
I came up the steps, or I came back in, and everybody was
Joe's
making out with
first scene
somebody.
right here. His first scene on the show right here was at the library, which was fun.
Yeah.
And that's when we took the laptop there, and
He's
then
doing the distraction.
oh god, we can go talk about me and my dumb blue glasses.
That was your debut for the show too.
And where did you find those blue glasses?
I would do a couple cameos. In like the first couple episodes. I think episode 4 I had my first amount of lines. I actually did a lot of lines, and then episode 6 here where I'm stealing this right from Coming to America with the scene. So there's nothing original at all with this scene right here.
Well, episode 4 was your first scene in the hotel with your sister or your sister-in-law. She was behind the counter.
Yeah.
Because AJ goes to get you.
Yeah, well,
try to help.
I think the way. Oh, this is my favorite. This is
yeah.
probably my one. Damn it! Sorry, folks watching. We'll just keep talking until we get to that part. But yeah, but yeah, we tried to film this all in one night. And by then we actually had 2 cameras, which helped out a lot because we would be able to shoot 2 different things at once, which saved a lot of time. But I didn't realize on my credit card 2 XL1s at $4,000 a piece was going to bite me in the ass with in the years to come. So never learned from that, by the way.
No, you didn't.
Never learned from that. Yeah. So this was when he stuck up for Trent, and then Aaron sees him, and then here's a scene between me and Jessica where I think I take the blue glasses off and kind of reveal.
So where did you get these blue glasses?
I got them. Actually, good story. That's a great question. Me and Johnny went out to New York City 20 days before 9/11, 2001.
Yep.
And I bought those blue glasses at Time
Center?
Yeah, Times Center.
Times Square, guys.
That's right.
Times Center. That's apartments.
The guy's like, how much for the glasses? And the guy's like, $10. I was like, I'll do 7. And so he's like, no, $10. I'm like, I'll do 7. And he's like, okay. So I give him a $10 bill. He gives me the glasses. I'm like, where's my change? He's like, kind of looked at me like, what change? So I paid $10 for those glasses. So I paid more than I wanted to for those glasses, so it was worth a lot to me. Right. They were worth a lot to me.
You got your money's use out of them.
Oh, here we go. This is a good scene here. We'll play some of the audio here.
Nice to
Kim Steer, which you knew Kim and Aaron from the movie theater, right? Yeah,
That's right.
That's how they got involved.
Well, actually,
Her and I
I was wondering.
seeing each other.
Oh, you were seeing each other right here?
Because that's interesting with this episode. I'm seeing Kim. You were seeing Megan.
Yeah.
You were seeing Jessica.
Do something like
Sure.
So in real life.
Yeah, and then Tyler ended up seeing
Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
For a little
I
bit.
guess I could call
Oh,
it.
So we just worked with what we had, folks.
I thought he was with Monica.
He was at the beginning, but
At the beginning, but
Oh,
after.
oops. Okay.
Oh, this is.
AJ?
Oh, there's Aaron Callahan.
oh yeah.
I can't get the door open. I used to love watching what happens like
I
behind
wanted
the
to give
scenes.
this to you. It's my
Uh,
number. Look,
My number.
I remember when Aaron came in. She's another person that came in and had like acting experience compared to all of us, and had like background with theater and
She had
stuff.
theater, yeah.
Yeah, and so
I would like to get to
it was
know
kind of
you more.
intimidating because we would try to get other filmmakers and other people with like
I know you're probably
on there,
gonna
but
throw
you know
out
we were
the
kind of
all
like
about
in our own lane with
I just
you
thought
know.
maybe-
Yeah.
Oh, also Jason Myers. He was another manager at the theater, and he's
Oh
in this
yeah,
party scene.
Yes,
earlier.
Jason and Jeremy. Yeah,
Jeremy, yeah.
yeah. This is my favorite. That was
Who was that back then?
What?
Pete's friend.
Oh yeah.
This is
You, come over here.
Me?
and she
Yeah.
did so good.
She did.
She
I
played.
saw you looking at me all night. I think it's only right you give me your number.
Only right.
You
You
got
can
paper and pen?
No.
Well, you got 10 seconds.
This is stuff
Ten.
that work in real life.
9,
Brittany,
8,
I tried it at the bar one time. It does not work, folks.
6,
serious, hurry up.
5,
Folks, don't try this at home.
4, 3,
It's funny. Slow down.
2,
Yeah.
That was close. Whoa. Trent, for once in your life.
Tyler would always do those
Girl.
whoa
You know,
long
AJ?
pauses.
You're right. May I kiss you now?
You know what's good about this episode too is we had
I like that we had access
I'm
to
assuming
local
you were already
bands.
with her
Yeah.
by then.
Yeah.
we used all local music for this show, and that was a guy that worked with Joel at his church, and then he had really good like music. Oh, and this is when I find the purse. Oh man, this is right in the scene right now. I'm thinking like I'm hungry. I need to eat. That's what. No, I'm just kidding. But
No glasses.
no glasses because
Yeah.
he revealed himself to the girl.
But
Oh.
all the people in the
Oh,
party.
guys, this is.
Hey,
Look at this.
forgot my purse.
This right here?
Well, yeah, you know it's that, you dummy.
I just went through it.
Run away!
I just went through it. You have
What was
$3
her
in
name?
there.
Victoria, run away!
So,
run away!
Oh man, he
You blew it.
blew it. I don't know why I used to bleach my hair like that, folks. It's Did you? This is my. Oh,
What?
did you forget something else? This would be a good thing that you send to those comedians that they watch and they can just talk,
Just make
talk
fun
all
of it.
kinds of funny commentary about. So, anyways, I think this is my first on-screen kiss here. I went. So, there it is, folks. There it is. So,
It's funny, made the girls kiss us on.
yeah, I mean, it's the only way we could get girls to kiss us back then. We would have to write it in the show. I was like,
All right, well, who are we kissing this time?
yeah. So, but that was our first episode going out to Channel 11,
I
and
think that still happens.
which did really
Probably.
well at the ratings. If I remember correctly, I think it was like 60,000 or 70,000 people watched
Yeah, I
it.
can't remember the number, but I do remember that we beat the Fifth Wheel and was it Maori or whatever?
Yeah, we
was
were-
on that late night.
Because it was 2 in the morning. Somebody
Yeah,
said,
his dad worked at Channel or Fox 2, and he would bring the
There's the local-
Nielsen ratings, right?
Yeah.
And then we'd look, and then they'd have half a point. There's a point system. I didn't really understand it, but we were like 4 times, 5 times more than anything else airing at the time. So people definitely
And then
tuned
that
into
amped
it,
us
saw
up even more, so that
Yeah.
we were going full speed then.
yeah. But
So we're gonna be famous.
I think, and then so we filmed this in August and we aired in October. I remember when we were filming the 7th, 8th episode, we were almost running out of time because I had to get the tape into Channel 11 like 2
Oh, yeah.
days before it aired because they would have to run it through their system or whatnot and
Review it.
And I remember like 7 didn't like go as long as 8, and I remember in episode 8, which was the final episode, we aired on Channel 11, but the credits were like Lord of the Rings. Remember we did,
Yeah.
and it was so long. It was like a 5-6 minute credits because
We just didn't have
we didn't have enough time because you would have to fill 20 and a half seconds,
22 and a half minutes.
20,
or
28 minutes and 30 seconds, and
Yeah.
and it was hard to fill that. Believe it or not, it was hard to fill that.
Right.
And that
Well, when each scene, I mean, yeah, it took us 4 hours to make, but they're, 3 or 4 minutes long.
yeah,
So I mean, that's a lot of, that's a lot of writing and planning,
yeah.
and then obviously time to put it together.
I forgot that we filmed this one, mate. So yeah, this is all. Oh god,
This
no,
is
we're not
great.
gonna. This is
Those
not,
pants, though. Look at these pants are great.
He was on top of his game, folks. I don't know. I don't
when
know.
you-
Maybe a little
Pull off anything you want it to. Like,
little pride issues back then. I think if I go back in time, I think I've changed a couple things. Probably changed a couple things there, folks.
Would you change your hair?
I like the hair. I like the hair. I was so thin back then. I could eat anything, and then
Yeah.
it was so nice.
it'd be fine. Like, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
You're out of the band, dude.
it was yeah. I don't-
Kicking you out of the band.
I don't know where we get my I forgot who used to cut my hair back
This
then.
chick.
Yeah.
You're out of the band, dude.
Yeah, he's out of the band. I think we should.
I love
one
the
little
cut.
scene.
Like he was out, like when he was getting ready to pull in, he was obviously just sitting there,
Right.
and drive pulling the spot.
Right. There's all kinds of funny
Just like
things when you
little funny
watch it.
cuts and different things.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
what
oh, we
did
had
you
to
do in the band?
I was a singer, which of course we never showed because I could not sing at all. I don't. You were in
should've
the
had
band.
Johnny
Joe
in
was
the
in the
band.
band.
Yeah,
singer.
because they had that scene where Monica comes up to us and like, "Hey, can you? My cousin's coming in town. Can you?
Did you take her out? Like,
and
you know,
just show
who
her a
does
good
that?
time?"
Who pimps their girlfriends
Like
out like
Pete
that? I
and-
mean, only in the movies.
Man, you should
Yeah.
have you should have had
Was I
Jessica
drummer?
as
I
the
don't even
singer.
know.
You were-
Is this audio? Is this the
This is
music
the
I
intro.
made?
This was the music Johnny made. Yeah, let's play it. Oh shit! Let me see here. Yeah,
I think it
it
was
was a loop. We just did loop.
yeah,
Yeah.
made a loop on that program.
Yeah, this is why I made it with the beats. Yeah,
There's like
it was hard to get everybody in
of
this
the
thing.
entire
Yeah.
series. There's like what 4 or 5 different intros. I think they're all
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Then you had the one where it just like I like the one where the camera wraps around the people each
Oh
actor's
yeah,
face.
I remember
oh,
filming that too.
that was the third episode, third season. Then we did a different one for. I don't know why we did a new intro every episode. I don't get that.
It was
but
cool because I guess you'd
Yeah,
have
it
to stand
was
here
cool.
then.
And
I think it's because we added people, and so
What?
we had to redo the intro because we added people
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatnot.
Is that AJ?
Because you expanded to like add Kim and
Yeah.
Aaron and
Oh, look at that
Megan.
phone number, a 555 number, folks.
All right.
So, I remember filming this down. Yeah, that was
Was that Main Street?
Main Street, right by the gazebo. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So, I don't know
That
why.
sound like
I don't know why I had to
computer?
show like 5 different cuts of the same phone number. I think the audience got it, but whatever. What's up, man? Yeah. So that was a good time, and so we did the 7, and then I think one of the big, what's some of the big things that happened in the Channel 11 kind of. We did the big fight scene. Remember the fight scene we did?
yeah.
Yeah,
For
and
the end of the pretty much the end of the show.
End of the
this
show was-
season.
Yeah, was
then-
that was when they
I
got
came
me
with the stick out of the
transferred.
darkness. Yeah, you could tell who
the
kind
blue
of
baton.
who helped create the show. Like here comes the cool Mr. Cool or whatever.
Oh wait, I thought you had quarters.
Now that's when it gets into the rise of Jake Thomas, which we'll
Oh,
get
I
into.
confuse them because that's the one I know.
So
Yeah, because I forget where that's placed after the second reboot of and then Rise. I think Rise is immediately after this, right?
No.
Then the second reboot.
no, what
the
happened?
first reboot,
What happened was you went off to school. I think you were just so busy, and
Yeah.
then we tried to do. We made an episode. And we were trying to make a more comic book character, so we were trying to change the characters to make it more comic book driven. And so we're trying to make all the other characters more like Trent's character. So your character, you got the hat. Remember, you did the hat. This was the pilot episode. We
Yeah,
filmed it at because you were going to Lindenwood then. Remember, you got
Yeah.
transferred to Lindenwood,
There's-
and then we were filming scenes up at Lindenwood, and that's when you came up with your character with the hat.
Yeah, I still have that.
And then
Is that
more,
AJ? I'm confused.
JW more, and
JW.
then you start talk about your character with that. You start doing more like kind of a
Twitchy
kinda
just
deal.
Like
like,
neurotic.
yeah.
Kinda.
neuroses and just.
And then we filmed that. And I think we got through we had 8 of them kind of written out or storyboarded, not storyboarded, but outlined. And then it just kind of fell through because it was so hard to. People started like I don't know. This is right before we all started college and had to get real jobs and things like that. So everybody's schedule was getting so busy. It was so hard to get people together to
What
film
the
stuff.
heck?
And that's when
What
we
just
started
happened there,
making the
Joe?
Rise of Jake
Yeah.
Thomas.
He had me squeezed because she's standing me up. She's not. She's going out of town or not. I'm not going to see her that weekend, so I'm just kind of.
So you're mad?
And I'm squeezing the milk and.
So you got mad?
Yes, or irritated, and the milk squeezes.
And
out.
Oh, here you come to
and-
save the day.
If you were watch the scene before, JW's house was
There's my
Brian
soda.
Thiel's house, which his character, I can't remember what his character was named, but
That's a good.
That's your house.
I know, but they shared the same house, like in this show. Like
Oh. Wait, who shared the same house?
in episode 2, we showed the kitchen with Brian Thiel's
Oh.
Brian Thiel's house. Now it's JW's house, but the audience, this was a good edited scene
And this is
here.
what I was talking about. You just going helping
Yeah, I
yourself
forgot
in the
about
fridge,
this.
and then eating
I
the
just-
brownies and helping
In the
yourself.
middle of the
Aunt Mary
brownies.
was pissed, wasn't she?
My mom was like, "What the fuck happened to brownies? Who mangled the brownies?"
Johnny.
And-
at my.
Got, he's-
Oh
yeah,
my god.
yeah, she was a saint though.
Yeah, your mom.
We would tear up, man. We would tear up the house when we would do these skits.
I'm getting
and stuff.
paid back
Skits
with
are
just my
scenes.
2 boys now.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
yeah, and this was a good scene. But was this part of this is episode 7? Yeah. And Joe would always have these movie shirts on in all these scenes.
And I got this one from working the theater, but yes.
Yeah,
The truth.
he would get all this all these movie stuff. But yeah, this was a good scene. And then we would get like good music. Remember we were starting to like get good local bands. We had Jubilla.
Do you have a slot machine in your kitchen?
We did have a slot. My parents love going to Vegas.
Whatever happened to that?
That's a good question. I don't know what happened to that. That's a good
It was
question.
Mike's, wasn't
I think
it?
we sold it. Yeah, it was Mike. Yeah, Mike bought it.
It's Trent.
Those shirts. Yeah.
It's Trent
Remember
convincing
them
me
ripped,
that
those
live it
ripped
up.
shirts?
I think
Let's
that
go
was my
get some
shirt, if I'm not
honeys.
mistaken.
I don't know. I remember I bought a whole bunch of
You
that
might
stuff.
have,
Like,
like-
after I lost the weight, I was just like,
I think you, if I'm not mistaken, you came right from work.
Is that
and you were-
Tyler Saturn?
yeah.
That was a celebrity, baby.
No,
Yes.
it was they just had a Saturn.
yeah, Tyler Saturn.
Yeah.
Now the celebrity's my car.
And so,
That's
yeah.
why I think we've all driven that car at some point. I think
The cars, the locations would all be used over and over again.
Oh, okay.
did what we
Did you
could.
plan throwing? Did you guys plan throwing her
Tyler-
into the?
Tyler
Like,
wrote.
did she know she was gonna get pushed?
She knew
into-
she was going in the water. Yeah.
Okay.
Tyler and Aaron worked this scene out. It was a good scene.
Oh, his hair's
and
he's
it
got
was
a different
excellent.
do
I
going
mean,
on.
I think I gave Aaron
That's Tyler.
crap back then. That was Tyler.
He's Tyler.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
Denny's Tyler. And but no, she killed it on this scene. I remember her.
Yeah.
And this was actually of all the 3 that aired on Channel 11, this one had the highest Nielsen ratings.
Really?
Yeah, it had 110,000 people watch this one.
Yeah, and I really like in the episode. I really like the scene where I just all of a sudden blow up on Joe and Johnny.
Oh, it's a church scene, yeah.
Because Joe and Johnny are going at it, and I'm just like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Because I've seen my girl get in the car with some dude, and I just blew it.
Yeah, that's so funny because I had it playing at the house today, just kind of refresh on it, and the boys were watching it, and that scene went through. I was like, oh my god,
It held
this
their
is
attention,
hilarious.
though. That's
Yeah.
the question. It did.
No,
No,
Jonah left after like the first 5 minutes of the one show, and then Julian stayed as long as I was having scenes. So he's just like, Dad, that's not you. How's that you? And then it's like, that's Matt. No, it's not.
No, it's definitely, it doesn't look like Matt. That doesn't.
Where's this at?
Years have been tough on me, folks.
This is an O'Fallon, right?
I don't know.
Two
Years-
decades.
I
Two
wasn't,
decades.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah, we filmed this.
O'Fallon
This was
or
Lake
Lake
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
Yeah, Lake St.
Okay.
Louis. We filmed this, and yeah, that was a good scene. And we can get to the scene where you're talking about, but
I'm hung on
You're
your
right
butt.
though about having the actual experience beforehand because I was friends with her at the theater, so I guess
yeah.
it helped too. I mean, she knew about acting because being in theater. So
Oh, this is.
Cool.
Of,
that
of
line
course,
was too
she doesn't
funny.
remember Trent again, and now he picks her up again in the next episode. Oh, look at those VHS over here.
VHS.
Now this scene right here, Megan did, and it was funny because this actually happened to me in real.
there's your sister's
This
brother's
actually happened to me in real
Joe
life.
stuffing
Oh,
his
that's
face.
where the story came from. I couldn't remember
Yeah,
what the heck.
I wrote this scene. I met this girl on AOL chat room.
He's trying to feed her chicken.
And she was showing me, she went in gymnastics and she was showing me her routine, like her dance routine.
Yeah.
Choo, choo.
And she was doing it and she hit the coffee table and she stopped, like in a real thing, and she really got up and fixed herself and then she started again with her routine. Like this really happened to me.
This is too
And
funny.
so I told Megan about it and we worked this scene out in the
There's
episode.
Nirvana.
Yeah,
yeah.
You always had the coolest shirts. And then
I still have that shirt.
she took a fall there.
Yeah,
But and then she just gets up and she continues her thing, and
like it was part of it.
right, like I'm still gonna get that gold medal. I'm still gonna get that.
That perfect 10.
Yeah, but that was a good time, and
Ta-da!
yeah, I forgot your sister was in it.
Yeah.
Your sister's so young
Lisa.
there too, and then this is when Joe Mort kind of shined here.
Rocking the frosted tips.
Yeah, Frosted Tips. Frosted Tips was really big back then. Let me tell you. And but what? I can't even know what's going on. This
Is where he
Making out
takes the
and-
girl.
Oh yeah.
Takes Megan by
This
herself.
is like Joe in real life. He's just
in the way.
in the way. I'm just kidding, Joe.
This is like a good dramatic moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a good moment right here because
They go in the room. And
Yeah. This is
you realize.
you realize
turd.
so it was a good character kind of development, but then it was kind of sad because then we were killing like the best character in the show off because we're changing Trent's ways.
Persona. Yeah.
But it was good, character development for you. Yeah.
Did the teacher scene make it in the show? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was
His
part of
room
the
is-
pilot. That was part
Okay.
of the pilot one.
Whose room is that?
It was Lisa.
It was Lisa's room. Well, I'm sorry. Then this is when Joe's robbing his own. This is his own room, by the way. He's robbing his own
Joe's
stuff.
robbing himself.
And then I was like, Joe is such a good comic character too. I don't know why he was walking like that.
This is
when he
eight.
had the bad knee.
Oh, well, he has a bad knee
The
now.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
This episode.
and this is when we. I forgot how we met him. How do we?
And Brian
Brock.
Brian.
His name is Brock. The
Hoff,
character.
Brian Hoffman
Brian
was
Hoffman.
his name, and I think he was a fan or something. And
Yeah.
he
I can't remember.
he kind of had like Asperger's, and like he would just say, I don't know if he's watching, it's fine. He'd be like, yeah, you guys like your acting's not very good or something, but you're on your show's okay. Like he would just kind of like tell you like
How
You
it
know.
is.
How it is. Yeah.
how it is, like, but he would not have no filter, like, but he is. I guess he didn't realize he was doing it, and so this is when Brock finds out, and then they're on the run from Brock, and then we'll get to the. Oh, this is the big fight scene. I don't really want to show the audio of my acting here, but we'll just. I guess we'll do it.
You gotta beat him up. You're gonna have to beat me up too.
I'm always getting in there. Trent is.
Asia.
Oh, hold on. So cheese.
You heard me. Get out of here. I can't leave my.
Oh well. Anyways,
This is it.
oh, it's the fight part right here. Our big fight scene. And this was like we filmed this like 3 days right before it aired on the channel. That's how close in schedule we were. But
I can't believe the cops.
and I
didn't
think
call.
this is where we kind of came up with the idea with the rise of Jake Thomas, because I played kind of like a action kind of thing here, and so we just kind of went off of that. With this
Saving the day.
not a good fighter, just kick him in the nuts when not. So
You can't get you.
So, but that was like the big finale of the Suburban Times on Channel 11, which was a good time. But then we did do the pilot, and then we did the Rise of Jake Thomas, which is kind of continuation of those characters, and then so the whole thing lasted about a good 2.5 years, and then it was a good time though. It was good, and
It was fun.
it was fun. Like I said, like the we got it from the audience. That's me right there. I was your age. I know. See, but we had a good run, and it was fun. Like we were saying, it was like 2002. No YouTube wasn't yet, because YouTube didn't hit till
Yeah.
2005.
No Facebook.
No Facebook.
No social media.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no,
geez, if we
nothing.
were on social media back, how cool Suburban Times would have been on social
Oh,
media.
yeah.
Back on Facebook,
Right.
Man.
I think we had MySpace, maybe.
No, you didn't
Not
have
even,
MySpace
not
yet.
even?
Nope.
I don't think so.
yeah,
MySpace didn't come around until like 2006.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what we did. What did we do for fun? We would always go to Denny's and the movie
Yeah, we could
theaters.
just-
We'd always go.
Denny's, we would drive up and down the roads, cruising for chicks.
Yeah, I guess. yeah.
Pretty much everything
Go
we
to
did in here.
Walmart.
Like,
We'd go to
fun
Walmart.
get-togethers.
Pick
Yeah,
up
go
the
to
girls.
Walmart.
And
Didn't we? There was a scene at the end of episode 3 where we were going through. Talk about that, where we had the shopping cart in Walmart. Remember?
oh yeah, yeah. So we snuck the camera into Walmart, which is like a big no-no. And then we filmed. I don't know how we were able to get the camera back out of Walmart, because we snuck it in under a bag or something on the cart.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to we had to get it out. I don't know how we got it out, but anyways, we did some shots at Walmart, which was
just taking stuff off the shelves.
we
and
did a
putting-
lot of guerrilla kind of style filming with this show. We just I don't know, we would just film where, like, at the bowling alley. Like, we didn't even tell the people we're filming. We just start filming at the
get the
bowling
camera
alley.
out.
Yeah, I remember him being like, "What are you doing?" After we'd be halfway through filming, and you just smooth them over. Like, yeah, we're just doing this school project.
Yeah,
and,
we're like, I'm doing a college project.
and you're like, oh yeah, I talked to a manager. And they're like, well, I am the manager. They're like, I talked to somebody that said they're manager.
I do remember. And I'd use that excuse still, till this day. I'm doing my college project here. They're like, aren't you like 40 years
I'm
old?
a professor.
Yeah.
I'm a college
Like,
professor.
we'd always say a school project, and then people would just leave us alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, we'll get it done soon because we got leagues opening up.
Yeah. And then I think after the rise of Jake Thomas is when we could add Shemaine, and I did some kind of casting. We tried to reboot it again, and then your character was something totally different. You wore the earring, and you had the slicked hair, and you were like the rock star character.
Yeah. I didn't have a hat.
No. And we and then we did one episode where Shemaine we actually filmed with Kevin Frankenhauser. Was Joe Mort? Joe Mort was in it,
Yep,
and
Joe
Nick
Mort.
Giannini.
Nick. Tristan.
Is this before Friday Night Fight?
It was right during the same time, I think. Yeah. And then, then we went on to did Friday Night Fight. And then talk about the kind of the acting career you've had after this, because I think you have over 100 IMDb credits now, right?
I've got a few.
Yeah, you got a lot. So, but this was like the start of your whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's cool, too, because you would you'd want us to film sometimes, and so that was my first experience operating a camera, and I definitely like that, because I think it was episode 4 where you wanted to change everybody's hands, like or whatever episode we did that scene where we're in the hotel room and they beat up somebody muscles Joe in the hotel room.
Yeah, I think you were there. I think
I'm trying.
maybe
I remember I was.
You would get busy with work and school. That we'd try to get around your schedule, because me and all of us, we didn't have jobs. And
Yeah,
we
so
were
that's
all.
what we had.
Johnny was the only non-loser on the cast that would have a career in front of him and a good job. And
I just worked at a movie theater.
yeah. And,
But I remember the first time I was doing the camera, I wanted to be like a Michael Mann type, and so you could you'll notice the camera's always moving. Then I realized, don't do that.
Well, I think that we talked. Me and you loved Michael Mann, because my favorite movie.
Well, Ali was out at the time.
Yeah, and that's
2001.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite movies of all time is Ali. I just like the way it's shot.
And Michael Mann would do that with the Insider '99, and say the
because
constant movement.
We'd get a lot of shit from. We could play the credits here a little bit. This is like the 8-minute credits, because we had to fill space. Let's just have us walk across the parking lot here and just get some pictures.
Talk
here.
about music supervisor.
Yeah, so it was. I guess we just kind of gave me that.
We just gave up names because we had to fill all this time.
Well, you knew Tom. Did you know Tom Worley or
no? Joel did.
No,
okay. Joel did. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Johnny V was.
Yeah, it was you because your name, because we did. You did the credits.
Special. Yeah.
So
the opening scene,
Didn't you think each one of us are different each episode?
Each episode, I'd give it to a cast member, and they could thank somebody personally. I'd put in the credits. Yeah,
okay.
And
that's right.
So here's some funny behind the scenes stuff here. Okay. Joe.
Too stupid. I'm sorry. I like looked at the wall before I hit it.
Was that an accident?
No, he was doing it on purpose, but.
What was who's the guy that was in Confiscated Police Video, and then he was an extra in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift?
Brandon Brindle.
Brandon Brindle.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know about you guys, but I'm leaving. It's time to go. All right, let's go, bud.
But yeah, we had a good time on this, and yeah, we did Joey and
two versions of Confiscated.
Yeah, so
Shemaine being in the second one.
Yeah, she was in the second one. Yeah,
she's a bartender.
We did do a lot of
barkeep. Because we shot a lot, and then you had our friend Drew Kachera. He would shoot his stuff like somebody was talking about a picture he did, The Star, and that was shot at that bar.
We should touch base on that too. So when we were doing Suburban Times, we were on public access. Tyler met Drew Kachera at Denny's, and I think we were around episode 3, was it? And then he brought him to my house, and then I showed Drew how to do it, and then also we had a competing show, which Drew did his Unreal. So then we had I remember that was I think that's what really pushed us to try to get it out to Channel 11 to get out past the public access.
Get more.
because we're like, we gotta beat those guys.
Yeah, they're shooting like laser beams out of their hands and stuff, and then you would like make fun of them on.
We did.
Oh
things,
my
and,
gosh!
Do you remember?
But Joe, we're using XL1, and you had me sit down.
So at the end of our credits of one of the
They're funny.
episodes, we would have beef with the other public access thing, and I think the one was like you were interviewing me, and you're like, "Where do you shoot high 8 with?" I'm like, "Well, those are great for home videos, but here on the set of Suburban Times, we use an XL1," and so we were kind of, I don't know.
Just friendly banter.
Yeah, but then me and Drew have a good friendship ever since then. But I remember
We've worked with him multiple times.
we had that competitive thing, and it was stupid back then because it's like we're both like doing
Didn't
the
you
same
merge
thing.
your show together
Right.
one point?
We did
there
do a
was like a
movie.
merge.
We did.
Well,
do
he
a,
played Vincent.
Yeah, he
and Jake
played
Thomas.
Yeah, he played
So
Vincent.
like a
yeah,
crossover. Or whatever.
we did do
Yeah.
a crossover.
And then he egged the celebrity.
Yeah, and
Oh, he
Is that it?
egged the celebrity.
he egged the celebrity, and then I did a cameo. I don't know if they ever made it on Real that I played Jake Thomas in a big fight scene. Remember that with the big Dream Warriors were fighting, and there's all Ryan Zoll was there. Remember that? Remember we got Ryan Zoll, and yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah. What
So-
was the fighting show? The fighting.
Fighting Dreams was his
Fighting-
movie. Yeah.
No.
We'll wrap up here in 10
Ryan
minutes.
Zoll, where he's just beating people up in that half house. No.
Oh, it was The Law's Revenge. And
The Law's Revenge. Thank you.
Man, I cannot
I've
find
even
that fucking. If I could,
Is that Drew's movie?
no,
2003. I added.
just he did the interview with them, and Ryan, like the day before he went to prison for a year, he's like, I'm gonna have a wrestling show in my house. I'm like, you're gonna have it in your house? He's like, yeah.
Oh,
It was an apartment like right there, Paul Terrace or something it's called, right behind
Yeah.
and so he wasn't gonna get his deposit back, and so he lit off fireworks in his house. He dropped a dresser on a guy's head. We had this all on video. There's a video of it somewhere. It's called The Law's Revenge. And all I have is just the interview with you and him.
Oh
That's
my
it.
God.
And then him coming out
I
of
have
the hallway with all the sparklers and everything because he lit all these fireworks off in his house. But I cannot find the footage of like
Oh my
the
God.
dresser getting dropped on the guy's head. He broke like stuff over the guy's head in the kitchen. Remember that?
Yeah.
I
I
can't-
had somewhere because I got it loaded on the database and
Oh,
I had
I-
to use some link.
I would love to watch that again. That was that was one of the probably the coolest things we ever filmed.
Yeah, and then the star you had cameo in the star.
Oh, I
you
did,
were like
yeah.
a PA or doing something.
Yeah,
in the scene, PA in the scene.
I think I had a lot of like social anxiety back then. I was more kind of really insecure about myself. I didn't really want to get on camera that much when I did. So maybe I did use those blue glasses to kind of hide behind it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of like
And the jacket.
and the jacket and stuff. So I definitely wish if I could go back now, I'd probably try to do more kind of character acting like this guy over here did. He did such a great job, and you and stuff. I wish I would probably played more of a fun character like that in that show. But I don't know. What would you do if you could go back?
I'd probably do it the same way I did it. I had fun, and
Yeah.
It worked.
it was a fun character to be, and you know, sometimes he comes out every now and then, even to this day.
Does he? I would love to know where that coat's at because that was Michelle's coat. It was
That coat was returned.
yeah. No, I think she still has it. I think she still has
I wish
it.
Yeah.
we would have done the third reboot, the one that Patrick wrote.
Oh yeah.
Remember he had,
I tried to reboot this thing so many times. I think
he had like 3 episodes written, but we never did it.
maybe one day because I was able to reboot STL Live. So maybe if I can reboot STL
Didn't
Live,
Patrick have a show too?
he wrote some stuff. He wrote
Oh,
some movies.
didn't
On
I
the-
work on
on the-
a short that he?
Yeah, you worked on a lot of shorts. He did.
Quarter Life Crisis.
Yeah,
was that that?
you're in. Joe's in like
All of it.
100 something movies on IMDb. This is like best best actor. When did you get your award for best actor in St. Louis? A 40-hour film.
2012.
2012.
So,
Best actor 2012. See, he went on the big things
Wow.
here. Me, on the
Yeah.
other hand, no, nothing.
Yeah, I haven't done anything.
I had no award either.
Have you acted
The
since Suburban
just
Times?
a karaoke.
I never did 40
classic.
Just a
hours.
karaoke classic. That's it.
That's the only time I've been on film since.
Oh, my
I think. I'm pretty sure.
We never dragged.
that's
you back
crazy
into
because
anything,
you
yeah.
have a good persona
Yeah.
on screen.
See, I never did the 48-hour film thing. Because
I didn't even know. I figured
I
I
always
was
work
supporting
weekends,
in
so I
short.
could never do it.
Yeah. Well, then I just got so busy, and then just life
Because don't they
going
like
and-
assign it to you on Friday? You got to figure it out, have it done by Sunday. or
See, I
something?
always acted. I never started, but yes, they give you the plot, and then there's also like a line you have to say. Then there's a prop that has to be used. There's different things. I've done a couple of the 48.
See, I've never been able to do it because I always have to work weekends.
I figured they probably just felt sorry for my character. He's doomed from minute one.
Well, spoiler. I don't know. You've worked with probably every filmmaker in St. Louis. I mean, I can't think of somebody you haven't worked with. That's maybe a new up-and-comer filmmaker, but you've worked with all of them. And so he went on to big things working with all these different filmmakers, and we just kind of, I don't know. I think after Suburban Times, I don't think I put out much stuff. I did like maybe one thing every year. Did the Friday Night Fight. We did the Confiscated. And then Sneakers, and we brought back Failure. We did Failures with Grant. And actually, you did do a cameo in Failures, but you didn't see it. It's a baby delivering scene. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you
on the
chose
bar.
it.
You chosen.
I can't remember why I didn't do.
I don't think I've
I don't
ever
know why you
seen
didn't do Failures either.
Never saw
Did
it.
the
I
scene
don't
ever
know.
get cut or edited?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah.
I've never seen this.
Because I know you wanted me to be in it.
I think.
Yeah, I
think scheduling.
Yeah,
To be honest.
yeah. I'd love to act in a scene with
Which,
you again. We gotta do something. We do. Me and you gotta do
which,
something.
Well, you've talked
Which
about you
episode
wanted to do a
was-
Rise Jake Thomas trilogy.
I did.
The
with,
rise and fall of
yeah,
the
I have
three
the
of
thing written. Yeah, if it ever get my
Which
wallet ticket
episode
comes
was
in.
Chosen and Jonan?
They're in that scene where Chosen delivers a baby
I know,
on
what
stage.
scene was
It was
that?
Failures. It was at the bar.
I don't know.
But what the problem with that is one of the people that were in the show, sadly, we watch back these shows. There's a lot of people not with us anymore. Megan and Grant was in there. Grant was in the show.
And
Brandon Frankenhauser was another guy that he might not have been the Suburban Times, but he was around back then, and he's not around. He passed away.
And your friend Ted, right?
Ted and just a lot of people. There's a thing where we're doing the STL Live premiere party back in 2005 or whatever it was at Sally T's, and like 4 or 5 people there are not around anymore, and it's so
Sad.
it is. It's tough. Yeah, when looking back, you see that, and but I don't know. It was a good time. I had a good time back then, and I kind of wish I would have did stuff a little bit different. A little wisdom wasn't there that there is today. But maybe not put 2 cameras on the credit card. Maybe we could probably just film just the one.
Right.
Yeah. So it took a long time to pay off, but it was fun. It was good, and I think we're here did an hour and a half here. So thank you guys for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having us. It was
Yes,
a good time and fun to reminisce.
Yes,
2 decades ago.
Yeah. So when Joe will be back next Sunday, we're going to do a Thanksgiving reunion, and then we're going to get him on here a lot more because he's done so many different projects with different filmmakers stuff. He has a lot to talk about, and he's a great actor out there in St. Louis. And then Shemaine, thank you for filling in, having like 3 questions. That was good.
Well,
Well, she was part of the universe.
I was in
later on.
not in this part of Suburban Times.
One of the reboots.
I was in the later part,
Yes.
which didn't air.
Didn't air. Well, by the time I think we started with that, it was getting to like YouTube and things, and it just never got like because like we said, when we first put it on public access, it was a huge response, which motivated us to keep going. Because if we would have had nobody watch, I don't know if we would have got all 8 episodes and got as far as we did with it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Plus, Rise J. Thomas, we were able to get not only on disc, but like Slackers would let us hustle some.
Yeah, but like it wasn't like it was when the thing first aired that you would just get people coming up at the movie theater recognizing you. It wasn't. We never got that response. I've never got that response from anything ever I've done. So, yeah. So, but well, thank you for watching. This is the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs, and we will see you later.
Deuces.
You gotta say your line.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, that was good.
The scene where I pop in and
What's up, y'all?
mom and dad, what's up, y'all? And they're like, who's that?
Oh yeah, wrong house.
And then I poked my head
wrong
in
house.
first on the back door, and then came around the front.
Because that's your mom and dad, right?
Yeah.
that was
your
Yeah, that was tough too because I remember like a lot of times some stuff would get kind of
I think you
raunchy, and
still
we had
got
to
it
make
on.
sure we kept it. No, it's
Yeah, somewhat.
It's still
Hi, we're still live.
Oh.
it's all good.